It's Coach Adewale again. I have a question for the NFF. Why is it that our league is no longer accommodating private sponsorship unlike before? We no longer see those clubs owned by private individual. Only few of them. Most of the clubs that we have in our Nigerian Premier League are state-owned club. State-owned club. Starting from the Kano Pillars, starting from Abia Warriors, starting from Eyimba of Aba, name them many. Remo Star, all of them. Why is it so? There was a time in this country, growing up, I used to hear about a football club owned by Julius Berger. And that club, a lot of prominent people which I know play football, most of these people emancipate from this club. Julius Berger, they have a lot of talent. Now, still on that, growing up, we have Mountain of Fire, a church who invests in football. And you can see the likes of Ndidi. That is where the likes of Ndidi managed to play within the country before they applied their trade out of Nigeria. So a lot. What is happening to the system? Is it that our football structure is not giving pathway to private investors for them to come in and own club? Or is it in terms of logistics or in terms of... In fact, there was a time that in this country, a lot of individuals were sponsoring their own club, their own private club. And these clubs are doing well, producing likes of players that will play at the national team level. A already ready-made player that will go to Europe and not start playing from the academy, but start playing in first team, that will be future in the first team. So I just want to sound this as a wake-up call, because the presidential race for the glass house is here, and a lot of people will be campaigning. A lot of people will be coming out to run for this office. Please consider this measure, consider this structure, because football cannot be run by government alone. It's not done. Football cannot be run by government alone. So, and we have to fix our football in Nigeria. We have to. Because I want football to get a point in Nigeria where we can be using our league to compete with some of the standard league here in Africa. If you go to Egypt, you go to Morocco, you go to Algeria, South Africa, these guys' league are functioning. You will have their own home-based player playing in this league comfortably, not even with the zeal or with the fighting spirit that they want to ply their trade anywhere, because they are playing at home, they are comfortable at home, they are being paid very well at home. And we in Nigeria, the giant of Africa, as we call ourselves, we are supposed to be the lead nation, because the world knows mostly because of this sport called football. We are not in lack of this talent. We have abundance of this talent. So it's high time the man who is going to take over the glass house for the period of the next 4 years should start considering all this, and let us know that without involving the private partnership in our football, I don't think things are going to work. Because the rate at which we send players outside the shores of this country is so alarming. No child wants to play for this country anymore. And I'm saying this from a painful part of my heart, from the pain, because as a coach, developing kids, even trying to see their intention, when you tell a child, which club are you going to play for, they start mentioning those clubs from overseas. That is where they want to play. And will you blame them? No. they want a better future for themselves. If our football structure is good, you will see. Those days when I'm growing up, before knowing any club abroad, I'm conversant and I know more about Enyimba Football Club as at 2002, 2001, growing up as a kid. I know this club, Enyimba. In fact, after the national team, the club I knew was Enyimba Football Club, followed by Kano Pillar, followed by there are some Bendel Insurance. But it was in a later time we get to find out about this European side, these European clubs, when the system start crashing. Even there was a time the Nigerian Premier League was a shambles on its own. So this is a cry out. This is a wake up call. Let's wake up. Let's develop our league. Let's structure our league. Let's have a vision for Nigerian football. It might be a 10 years long time plan. Whereas every president who comes is going to follow the project, is going to follow the plan. Because we have to do something. Morocco, you see today, hosting different African football tournament. They did not get to this stage by luck or by chance. They work for it. They started as far back as 2010 and it's paying off for them now. So what is wrong with us in Nigeria? It's high time we wake up. People who are managing the football affair, because when you talk about football in Nigeria, the buck start and end at the table of the NFF. So please, we are not in deficit of this talent. Let's use what we have to gain what we want, because we have a lot of children roaming about the street. We can engage them with football activities and we can transform life. We can use this sport to transform life, to eradicate poverty. That is how it has been in the past. So please, this is a cry to the Nigerian Football Federation. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. All the whole major stakeholders who are voting, who are in the right place of bringing the right people, please, this forthcoming election, we need the right candidate. I'm not a campaigner of any candidate, but I'm just saying this to contribute my own quota to the development of football in Nigeria. So please continue to like, share and follow, because with Coach Adewale, football is fun and football is friendship.